Hey guys, and before I start this video, today not today, but I wanted to say thank you for all the support I've been getting from the videos that I've been creating. For example, getting to 50 subscribers. That's actually a really great feat or goal that I reached, which I'm proud of myself, and I hope that our community or more people come by to the channel. I hope our community grows even more. I will definitely be doing more streams now that I have an open schedule, somewhat besides all the high school shit having to do. But yes, I'm just saying thank you. I usually don't really like to say thank you. Or not that I like it, it's just I'm uncomfortable, I guess. But today I just wanted to say appreciate all you guys' help and support, and I'm also planning on bringing back some old series. For example, this episode video of my opinion is my opinion of Mortal Kombat X, and me discussing my opinions and if on the game and if I like it or not. I will definitely bring back EZOP. I did that last time with the Alien. I wanted to do it with the Predator and Jason, but that will have to wait later on in the future. I will definitely make a video for that. But today, we're just going to do it in my opinion video, and let's get into it. Alright, so today's topic, or thing in mind that I want to do in my opinion video about, is Mortal Kombat X. Now, when I first played Mortal Kombat X, it was with me and one of my mom's exes. We downloaded the demo whenever it first came out on our PS4, and we tried it out. I didn't like it so much at the beginning because the only characters that I knew were Sub-Zero and Scorpion, because those were old characters that I saw from Mortal Kombat Armageddon and MK9. And the one game we never ever want to talk about, MK8. But like I was saying, those are the only Mortal Kombat games I played in the time. More likely I played more MK9 than any of the other ones, because MK Armageddon was broken. The other one I just didn't like to play anymore, and I refused to say its name. And MK9 had two of my favorite characters, Raka and Reptile. Well, Armageddon did have all the characters. Sadly, it was broken. I can't remember how. Well, I do know how, but I won't say how. I have fits of rage. But, in that one Mortal Kombat, MK8, I was bored of. Me and my dad used to play that a lot together, and then we just stopped playing it because we both got really bored of it. There's nothing for us to do, more likely. So then I got MK9, one of the best Mortal Kombats in my opinion, and if I do get it, and I get footage of me playing it, which I may do a live stream of, like a throwback live stream, which I would definitely love to do. But anyways, whenever I first played MKX, it was alright. It didn't look the greatest either, and it played pretty okay. There's some new mechanics. There was a run, which I had no clue about. That's why my mom's ex kept on kicking my ass. But all that good shit. And then the game came out, and this is whenever I first actually got into fighting games. This was the first actual fighting game that I went into like news. I studied. I sat and learned about things in the fighting game. I sat and did research. I got into the community a lot, and I never even known of DLC characters, which later on in the video I will definitely talk about, because there's some DLC characters that make this game one of my favorite games of all time and make it the reason why I play it so much. But whenever the game first came out, I enjoyed it. The story mode is pretty alright, even though I don't really care about story mode. I still played through it because of the coins and the rewards they gave you, and the XP, which is very new to me because MK9 didn't have XP. A lot of talking. But MK9 did not include XP and shit like that, but it did have coins. So I also in MK9 I went to the story mode to get the coins, which was very fun. I actually really liked the story mode of that. Even though I'm not a story mode guy, I'm more likely just for the gameplay and see if the game is fun or not. But the story mode on MK9 was perfect in my opinion. It was great. I just wish they wouldn't treat Baraka and Reptile like jobbers, because those are my favorite characters, or at least two of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat, especially Reptile. Reptile is #1 in all the Mortal Kombat series. Even the old ones, where he was just a green ninja, I still loved him. And to me, that was like one of the best Reptiles, even though it does not make any damn sense, because of his race, which is a Saurian, like, dead reptile race, and he's the only one left. But further on, as I continue through my jabbering, and then MKX started to get news, I take it, and I noticed that whenever I first started playing it, that there's one slot that wasn't available. Now, back then, I didn't pre-order, I never will pre-order, unless it's a game that I've known from the beginning, Dead by Daylight, and put that much trust into it to pre-order a game. I didn't pre-order Dead by Daylight, but I am planning on getting everything that's in the game soon, very soon. So I'm planning on buying all the DLC. Yeah, all the DLC, all the chapters, everything in the game. I want it. But, like I was saying, when the DLC started to pop up, or the pre-order bonus, Goro, I never thought about it. And my mother's ex had to explain to me what DLC was. Hi. But he explained to me that Goro was a DLC whenever before, in the last game Goro was in, which was Mortal Kombat Armageddon, he wasn't DLC, he was in the cast, so it confused me why I couldn't play as him. I thought I had to go through the story mode on a different difficulty and do it that way, which I was fine with. I even did that just to do a test run. Me and my mom's ex both did it, but it didn't work out. So we just said, fuck it, and we looked up on the PlayStation Store, and we found it, and he bought the character. And then that became my main for a little bit, until somebody came on to Mortal Kombat. And we'll go through it eventually. There's a lot of replayability with this game. A lot of replayability. And I love the game just for that. There's so much you can do in the crypt, there's so much you can buy. They even added the shrine to where there's 150 items you have to sit and kind of gamble for, which I kind of like the idea of, but I take it most people didn't, but I did. I don't really know. It's just a matter of having coins left over from the crypt, and then you just really have nothing to play for the game. That's why I take it as they added the customization for your banner, so that you can get more replayability. You can go through, unlock all those for your favorite characters, or just be a completionist and just unlock everything. So, when the first combat pack came out, there were 4 characters. There were Tremor. I thought he looked stupid until later on, maybe a month or 2 ago. Yeah, I know, it's a while. But a month or 2 ago, I played as Tremor. I sat and watched, or I saw or watched someone play as Tremor, and I really did enjoy him. Started getting the workings of Tremor better, and I kind of liked him. Tanya, meh. Never knew her, I never cared about her. She's one of the side characters, in my opinion, that I don't really care about. And Jason. Oh my lord. I am a big ass horror fan. And that's one of the reasons why I liked MK9 so much, because they had Freddy Krueger. One of my favorite horror franchise characters in all horror movies or anything. And it was so cool seeing him, but then they did one thing wrong. He has 2 gloves instead of 1 glove. And in the mobile version, they gave it to where he has 1 glove instead of 2 gloves. Why? They're so confusing in my head, and I always tried to figure it out, but I never could figure it out. I understood how he came into the world was through Netherrealm and Quan Chi, like most of the evil-ass characters in the game, aka horror DLC characters, is through Quan Chi, or the Netherrealm, and MKX at least. And this is the same for, I believe, Jason. Quan Chi, I think, accidentally resurrected him. He killed Quan Chi, and then he continued going through making an onslaught of combatants. Finally, Liu Kang saw that he was going to be a formidable soldier, or a commander, if you could ever call Jason a commander, in Netherrealm's army, and decided, hey, let me go ahead and give you a job, and Jason responded with ripping his throat out. Now, with Jason, they nailed Jason. Jason is Jason. Jason is who Jason is. Silent, but deadly. And fucking humongous and brutal as hell. And I love Jason for those reasons. It even shows it in his fatalities, brutalities, and his intros, to where he never talks. And I always loved that. Now, the reason why I don't really consider him to be my favorite is because there is another character that is involved in Kombat Pack 1 that, in my opinion, is 10 times better. Because as a child, or at least as a younger child, maybe around 3 or 4, I was a big-ass fan of Alien vs. Predator, or Aliens and Predator. Started watching all the movies, I started reading some of the comics that I had access to as me being younger. Now that I'm older, I'm able to look up comics, start reading them a lot more. And whenever Predator was introduced to Mortal Kombat, it was blown out of my mind. That was one of my dreams ever to come true, was Predator or Alien being in a fighting game or Mortal Kombat game. And I was happy, and that's why Mortal Kombat X, in my opinion, which is why this is called My Opinion, is one of my favorite games of all time. One of, not my favorite, but one of my favorite of all time, because of the inclusion of Predator. Now, we go on to Kombat Pack 2, and there are 4 more characters, and this is the last Kombat Pack. Now, what I wanted from this Kombat Pack was Sweet Tooth, Spawn, Riddick, because back then I was a really big fan of Riddick, and I still kind of am, but I just didn't watch the movies anymore, and I got bored. Or I just didn't watch the movies anymore. I didn't know who Spawn was, but I liked the idea, and Sweet Tooth, I played a shit ton of Twisted Metal, whatever, back then, on my PS2. So, me and Twisted Metal, I wanted to see Sweet Tooth in a video game. That'd be awesome. And then PlayStation No Starts came out, and I bought that for some odd reason, and that was a bad idea, because the game was shit. But like I was saying, we'll start off with the normal cast. There's at least 1 original character and 3 brand new characters. Now, the reason why I consider one of the characters brand new, and yes, he is a Mortal Kombat character, is because this is the first time he's ever appeared, but NetherRealm had to give a reason to put all 3 of the cyborgs into 1 character. And that character is Triborg. Basically, it's Sector, Cyrax, Smoke, and Cyber Sub-Zero in 1 character. Cyber Sub-Zero is a secret variation that you can find whenever you go up triangle in the variation selection. And they're really badass. They're probably one of the best characters in Mortal Kombat X, and I enjoy using Smoke and Sector. I used to be a Cyrax dude until I started playing a bit more Sector, and Sector just became my main guy after that. And now we get on to the other 3 DLC characters, which the other one was Borito. He's a more original Mortal Kombat character. The last time he ever popped up in a Mortal Kombat video game, Mortal Kombat game, was in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, aka my favorite Mortal Kombat. Somewhat. But he was brought into that in the Kombat Pack, and people did not like it. But if you actually sat down and picked up the character and played as the character and trained, or at least practiced with the character, he was a beast, and he still is a beast. The little fucking fart cloud he gets is, in my opinion, OP. Like, no one's fart should be able to stun you. That's fucking ridiculous. But ignore all that. Borito was in. People were upset, but I was one of the people that were actually kind of proud or happy that Borito was in the game, because he is also another little character, but he was brought to many things and brought to be an awesome ass character. And then we have Leatherface. Leatherface, I take it was somewhat expected. Maybe, I wasn't too sure. I wasn't expecting Leatherface to be in it. I sure as hell was expecting the other character to be in it, because you can't have a game without Alien and Predator, right? Oh shit, I spoiled it. Oh well, most of you probably already know that he is in the video game. But like I said, Leatherface being in this game was interesting. for him being a Texas hillbilly psychopath killer and not really having understandable morals, he does use his weapons and abilities to fight. Well, knowing Jason's a big buff dude, and we all understand that Jason could probably fight someone fist to fist and kill them, Leatherface, in my opinion, was unexpected. But he also had his chainsaw, and one of his variations, he had a mallet. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. And now we get to the last DLC character, the Alien. Now, the reason why I prefer... Alien is very much OP in this game. He is very good, like very top tier character in this game. And the reason why I prefer Predator versus Alien is because with Alien, he's not, his model is fucked up. We'll put it to that. We'll say it out loud. It's fucked up. It's not the original Alien, like the Predator. They were able to make the original Predator, or at least what a Predator should look like in a Mortal Kombat game. They completely fucked that up for Alien. So, for their excuse for having the model of the Alien be like this, even though we all know what the excuse is, and I'll say that later, or here in a little bit, the excuse was, or at least in the backstory, a Torcarton was found with the face hooker on its face. Later on, that Torcarton gave birth to a chestburster, and that chestburster tuned in to the Xenomorph, aka the Alien, the Torcarton version. And then the Torcarton Xenomorph then went out to find host and bring back to its hive to corrupt the whole world, which right now in MKX lore, I take it, or at least the lore that the game gives us for the Alien's ending, the Alien has been able to take over Outworld completely. And the Outworld belongs to the aliens, and now I take it as they're trying to find a way to multiply even more, to go to Netherrealm, Earthrealm, all the other realms in the realm of Mortal Kombat. But I'll break down the stuff that I don't like about Alien. 1. His head shape. This is mostly model stuff, keep in mind. His head. His head is shorter than the original Alien, aka Big Chap, but in the other Alien movies, I don't believe they made the head shorter unless they had an excuse, aka Alien 3, it was a runner alien, so, of course, Alien has to be smaller. But in this one, there was no excuse, it was just a Torcarton, and a Torcarton is half human, half demon. So there's really no excuse, it's a human, half demon. So it makes no sense that a alien cannot be fully fleshed out, fully out. It just gives it extra teeth and arm bleeds. That's all that Torcarton gives the Xenomorph. It's still a humanoid thing. And then the thing is on its back. ML Productions, he's a really good friend of mine. He'll be able to help me out if he watches this. But the thing is on his back. They're shorter. They're not the size that they're supposed to be. And that really, in my opinion, that really affected the character and just made him kind of look dumb, like a stupid ass cosplay. But as gameplay, being an animalistic character, now me and ML Productions both have two sides on it. I'll say ML Productions side, if he wants he can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just using him as an excuse because we have talked about this. That the alien is animalistic. It only hungers, it only looks to spread. And the way that the alien fights in the game does not look like animalistic, brainless monster. Now, whenever I say brainless, I mean it only has one thing in the mind. Spreading host in... spreading population. Spreading the aliens. So the way that it fights, it's more likely mixed martial arts mixed with alien. I say it somewhat because we never see the alien be this limber, but at the same time it's very interesting. And in my opinion, I think it took some characteristics from the fighters, aka the knowledge, as we've seen in some films and even in the Alien vs Predator game, that xenomorphs have a brain, or at least an adaptive mind, and they can learn and watch. So, for the first beginning of the Alien campaign of Alien vs. Predator, the chestburster comes out of one of the houses and then digs itself back in. That shows me signs of very much intelligence. And then throughout the whole Alien campaign, aka you play as number 6, the alien or the xenomorph specimen that has escaped and is on the hunt for the ultimate host. I can't even remember what you were supposed to do and as number 6 in the Alien campaign in AVP 2010. It's very confusing. But it showed signs of intelligence, very much highly intelligent, and probably one of the most intelligent xenomorphs we've seen, at least at this current moment. Now, I would say that this is overruled by Alien Isolation with that xenomorph, but at the same time, that would have to wait for another video for another time. And today, the Alien in MKX is cool. It was alright. It's just the model wasn't the greatest, and it's very cool. And this is my opinion on this. Is the final thing I'm gonna say. My opinion on MKX. It's great. It's a very fun fighting game if you want to get into fighting games and you want to be crazy, combo-ish almost, but you don't want it to be too much like Street Fighter to where you're stuck, you don't know what to do. I say go to Mortal Kombat X. It's very fun, it's very interactive with you, it gets you into the game, and yeah, my opinion on MKX. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and ring the bell for more notifications of my videos whenever they come out, or whenever I stream, possibly on YouTube. I'll still be stuck with Twitch streaming, but right now, I'm doing both, I guess. I don't usually stream on Twitch right now, because I don't have my main game, which is Dead by Daylight. That's the only game I'll stream on Twitch from now on. But yeah, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.